Welcome, truckers and others, Monday edition. The fucking, what is today? Let's see, the 19th. It is 9:35, and I am leaving the shop. I've got a whole load of hazmat. Some guys last week went all the way up to wherever the fuckville and grabbed a load of hazmat waste from a company. It's a whole 53 or a 48 footer full of hazmat barrels and I'm sure some pallets and maybe even some totes. Not sure. I have not looked into it, but they are confident in their paperwork. So let's hope that goes well for me. I'm going to drive it over to the hazmat disposal facility and spend the next few hours unloading it one by one out of the truck by myself. I usually have somebody with me, but I don't have anybody with me today. So it's all on me, which is fine. My hip hurts a little bit. I slept on it weird. I don't know how you sleep on your hip weird, but I did. So hopefully that's not going to fuck with me. I broke my hip when I was 15. And it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good, but every now and again, it hurts a little bit. And last night I slept on it a little bit wrong. My hip. You know, whenever I'm an old man, I'll be worried about my hips. I'm hoping that since I broke it and it healed, it's going to be stronger than normal. Now, right after it got healed, 4 months after my hip was healed, I was ejected from a Camaro at 130 miles an hour into a field. So, and it didn't break. I had no issues. I had issues, but the hip was not one of them. I just had some lacerations, and I fell down pretty hard from the sky. So I was ejected 80 feet into a field, and my back took most of the blow. So I think I'm okay. And I was young and dumb, and my bones were still a little soft at that point in time, so I think it's okay. I broke my hip sledding behind a fucking pickup truck in the snow at the playground. I got swung into a fucking tetherball pole. That's a big metal pole sticking out of the ground so kids can play with it. And I slung my ass right into it. We were drifting my buddy's S10. He had an S10, we had a rope, we had two trash can sleds. And we're holding onto the ropes, me and two buddies, and we're sliding around, and I swung off, and I started spinning out of control, and I was abruptly stopped by a fucking tetherball pole with my ass, so it shattered, and then I went out drinking that night, because I didn't want it. My parents told me, don't be sled behind that truck, you're going to get hurt, and I said, you don't know me, you just want us to not have any fun. Where am I going right now? I think I'm going the right way. I need to go this way. All right. And so I didn't want to go home and tell them that I got hurt sledding behind a truck because they told me don't sled behind that truck, you're going to get hurt. So I went out drinking that night. My buddies woke me up. I fell asleep. I went to my buddy's house, told my parents, hey, I'm going to stay the night, not a big deal. Okay. Wake up to my buddies. They're like, hey, there's a kegger. Let's go. I'm like, okay. And I got up and I couldn't walk. So my buddy grabbed some crutches. He had some crutches laying around. He breaks some shit too. But he had some crutches, some spare crutches laying around. And I wore those crutches over to the kegger. And I'm standing there with a Marlboro Red in one hand, cigarette, and a bottle of Jack Daniel's whiskey in the other hand. And I'm standing outside the front porch of a trailer park on ice. Like, it's a big ice area, but everybody was hanging out there. We hadn't made it quite into the party yet. And there were still some people showing up. And that's when my buddy Kurt showed up, and he walked up and he said, "Look at this fucking guy." And he kicked my crutches out from underneath me. And from behind, so I was not prepared, and I went right down onto my ass. And that's when it snapped in the front. It was shattered in the rear from hitting the tetherball pole, and then when I fell on my ass on the ice, it snapped it in the front. Did that delay the party? No, not at all. I continued to party. I continued to party hard. And then I drove home, or to my buddy's house that night. Everything was fine. A little bit of whiskey really takes the pain away when you have a lot of pain. If you have a little bit of pain, you drink some whiskey, you're like, this still, my elbow still kind of hurts a little bit, but if you have major pain, you're like, I don't give a shit. My hip is broken. I had no idea it was broken at the time. I thought it was just sore. And then I go to my mom's house, go over to my house. My mom was there. You know what I'm talking about. My parents were together at the time, so it was my mom and dad's house and my house because I lived there too. Anyways, I go there and I get out of the car and I'm on crutches. And my mom's like, "What happened?" I was like, "Oh, I fell down. I fell down, Mama." So she takes me to the doctor to get X-rays done. You can see my little wiener on the fucking X-ray, but that's okay, whatever. And then the doctor is like, "Can I talk to him by himself for a little bit?" She's like, "Sure." So he walks out, or my mama walks out of the hospital room, and then the doctor's like, "Tell me what really happened, because this is not consistent with a fall." He's like, "You are completely shattered in the ass and broken on the front, because your pelvis is a very complex deal." He's like, this is not good. And I'm like, well, I mean, HIPAA? I wasn't old enough to know HIPAA, but I was like, if I tell you something, will you promise not to tell my mom? He said, of course. I said, okay. So what my mom told me, don't go sledding. And I went sledding, and sledding is behind a truck. He's like, some sort of extreme sledding? I was like, yes, extreme sledding. Very extreme sledding. The most extreme of all the sleddings. He said, okay. And he wrote it down. And then my mom came back in the room and she looked at the report and she's like, extreme sledding? I told you don't be doing that extreme sledding. You were extreme sledding. I was like, yes, I was extreme sledding. Sorry, Mama. She's like, well, whatever. And they gave me a bottle of pills and said, go lay down and don't get up. I said, what if I got to piss? They're like, get up. I'm like, okay, so do get up sometimes. What if I need to go up the stairs, It's like, go up the stairs. It's like, just lay down as much as you can. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll lay down as much as I can. But, I do eat a lot. And I pee sometimes. So, and poop, and he's like, pooping's going to hurt. And I said, oh, great. So, anyways, I was bedridden for a couple of months, off of school, hanging out in my bedroom. And I remember it was like that first week that I was bedridden. I was taking some of these pain pills, and not that anybody knew, but I had dabbled in some pain pills in the past. And so I was like, I ain't no punk. So I took a couple of pain pills. I was like, I still feel a little discomfort. Wink, wink. So I took more. Wink, wink, more. And so I had probably 8 Vicodins. Well, the off-brand ones. We ain't affording the real shit. I had some off-brand Vicodins, and I did not overdose, but I took a large dose. I was a much smaller guy at the time, too. And then I remember waking up from a slumber. I said, I need food. And this was the first Monday or Tuesday or whatever of the week, so my parents were gone. Everybody's gone. I was the only one home. And I grab the crutches and I start going upstairs, and I make it to the top of the first flight of stairs. It's a split level home. So, there's like 6 stairs up and then turn around and then 6 more stairs or 5 or whatever it is. I don't know. And I made it up to the top landing where the front door is, and then I woke up at the bottom of the stairs to my mother getting home, opening the garage door, because the garage door is attached right there, and the door opened up to my head. And I woke up, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I don't know. I was going upstairs." Little did I know, that was hours ago. So I was laying at the bottom of the stairs for a couple hours, hopped up on pain pills with a broken pelvis and fucking crutches all over my face. And I got banged in the head with a big, because those garage doors are big, heavy fucking doors. Bang on the head. So, anyways, my hip hurt a little this morning. That's all I was trying to get at. And I wanted to give you guys the full story on why the hip hurts. The car crash, I've told that a couple of times. I'll tell it again later on. But right now, today, oh Jesus, a little buggy coming across the road here. Watch out. Last night was good. I worked on the truck some more. I'm not going to really talk about that right now. But I was able to sleep in because my son's school starts at 8:20. So I was able to sleep in a little bit, wake up around 7, get up, get ready, get the kids ready, get out the door, get a bunch of pictures in the driveway. And then my wife was taking my daughter to school, and I was taking my son to school because she can't be in. They start at the same exact time. So there's no possible way for her to get pictures at both, and be on time to both. My son could take the school bus, but she didn't want. She wanted to get pictures at the school and walk him to his room on his first day, so he knows where to go and everything. So I took my son. We took a bunch of pictures out in the driveway, and then we go to the school. I skipped the entire line. I don't know if I broke any rules or not, but I skipped the entire line, made it to the parking lot, parked, got out with my son, took him inside, took pictures, and then got to his room, and everything was fine. The teacher seemed flustered. She seemed like this was not a fun time. She seemed nice, but she was like, I was like, "Hey, my wife asked me, she's like, "Get a picture with the teacher." I'm like, "Okay." So I said, "Can I get a picture with you?" She's like, "Hold on." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "Just give me a little bit. Just give me a little time." And she went and cried in the corner. She was crying. And then she finally got over that, and she came over. She's like, "Okay, I'm ready for the picture." And her mascara's all running and everything. I'm like, "Okay." And I took the picture. Just kidding. Her mascara wasn't running. She wasn't crying, but she did seem a little flustered. And then I leave. Say, "Bye-bye, buddy." He said, "Bye-bye, daddy." And I left. And then I send the pictures over to my wife. She's like, "Oh my gosh." I guess I got pretty good pictures. I don't know. Samsung 24 Ultra. Mm-hmm. Um, anyways, I'm flouting that around. Yeah, I have a Samsung 24 Ultra. It's an okay phone. I mean, it's a good phone. It's probably one of the best, but my Note 20 5G was okay too. But my Note 20 5G was all scratched to fuck. So this one's not. It's all right. Anyways, like I was saying, I sent the pictures over, and then I was like, "Where's the pictures of my daughter. I want to see those pictures too. So she sent them over. And so my daughter's going to a speech school. She doesn't have good talking skills. Neither did I when I was her age. I think I went to a speech school also. But anyways, my daughter went to a speech school, and she sent me pictures. She only got 2 pictures. Don't know how I got way more pictures than she did because, she's more. I was just walking around taking pictures. I'm like, point to that, smile, look over here, look at that, smile. Where's your teacher? Let's get a picture. So she only got 2 pictures, but one picture, it's like, I want to turn it into a meme so bad. Because it's my daughter sitting there smiling, the biggest smile in the world, surrounded by a bunch of kids, and they all look pissed off. All the other kids look way pissed off. It's so funny looking. So, I don't know. I figured I could try to make a meme out of it, but I'm not going to use it because it's got other kids' faces and my kid's face, and nobody needs to see all that. But it's just really funny. My daughter's just like so happy to be around other kids, and all the other kids are just like not happy. It's like they all know that they're in special class. So then I come to work, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I doing today? I was gonna go do some sort of excavation job where I was gonna haul dumpsters around. I'm guessing they were gonna dump some excavation dirt into my dumpsters, and I was gonna haul them off or something. But they changed it last second, so now I am taking a load of over to the hazmat place, and I can see the hazmat place, but there's a fucking train, which is fine because I get to sit here and talk a little longer. But right as I was leaving the shop, I was like, oh, fuck, I haven't done any of my paperwork all motherfucking day. None. No paperwork was done. So I had to hurry up and do all the paperwork. And they did not fuel up this truck before I left, or whenever they got it back. So I'm severely low on fuel. Not severely. I have an eighth of a tank, and that'll be fine because I'm just right down the road. I'm not far from the shop. But I definitely won't be letting it stare idle while I'm unloading this stuff because it's going to take a while. And I don't know if there's a truck stop down the highway a little bit that I might hit up before I head back. But all I'm doing is this. This is going to take a while, and then I'm going to go haul trash. I'm going to haul the compactor trailer from a business over to the landfill. And that's all I got on the schedule today. My boss made it back from Alaska. I don't know. They keep calling it Alaska or Greenland. So I'm not sure where the fuck they're at, but he came back. He's back today. With the truck, yes. Me and my buddy, we 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 redesigned a block off plate for where the HVAC stuff was, and I got that installed last night. There's a pinch weld that was in the way, but I hammered that the fuck down. I hammered a bunch of other shit down, and then I painted it, and then I put on the beautiful aluminum diamond plate with self tappers on there. It looks good. And then I'm redesigning the whole fucking. I'm redesigning the bezel for the dash because I did not. The piece that we cut out, I thought I cut it extra big so I could trim it to fit perfect. No, it's way wrong. It's all wrong. So that's basically completely unusable. But I have a lot of leftover aluminum diamond plate, and I found another piece of like really fake diamond plates from an old toolbox door. So I got that, and it's the perfect size. It's gonna have a little bit of a weird cutout, but yeah, I think it'll be fine. I'll be able to cover it up with something. And it's gonna be a 3-panel system. So the center is gonna be the steel diamond plate that's really fake looking, doesn't look good, and I'm gonna redo it at some point in time. And then the outside panels are gonna be the aluminum diamond plate that's really nice. So maybe I will try to find some real aluminum diamond plate or another a matching panel, and I'm gonna do that. But I got my dimensions way better this time, so things should be fine. It should be fine. Now I'm gonna try to snake my trailer right there. All right, back it up, Terry. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Back it up, back it up, back it up. I wish they had a forklift unload, you know? Oh, yes, and I can park my truck in the shade. There we go. All right, well, I'm going to be back. I'll be back again. I'm going to go turn in some paperwork and some shit. So, I'll be right back. Well, we got it figured out. Just took until 2 o'clock, 10 to 2. I spent 4 hours. I got here at 10. I started my day at 9. Uh, I'm leaving their shop right now, the hazardous waste facility. Leaving it now. Holy moly, 4 hours. It only took probably an hour and a half to get offloaded. And that was like as soon as I got here, I started offloading. They palletized. It took a long time to figure it out because the place where we picked all this waste from, they put all the correct barrels on the truck, which is nice, ideal. And then they added 2 more barrels that were mysterious. And I am going an odd direction, a direction that I've never gone before. And there's people just parked out in the middle of the fucking road. So, anyways, there's a tree that's overhanging right here. I don't know if I'm too tall for it. I think I'm okay. Yes! I'm alright. Uh, yeah, there was 2 extra barrels. There's a car that just burned at the park. Just a burned car at the park. It's a Kia. Come on, bus. If you want to get around me, get around me. Because I need more than what my lane is. Come on around, you fuck nut. The fucking bus drivers out here are fucking nuts also. They're fucking running the line, and I ain't got no route. I'm going to hit a curb, a telephone pole, another fucking car. I'm going to hit something. Apparently, that's not a lane to drive in. That's not a lane to drive in. I guess. I don't know what the fuck is going on. All the buses are turning here. So I want this lane, and the buses are not leaving enough room for me to even fucking pass. I've never been over here, so I'm kind of figuring it out. Pretty sure I'm going to need the left lane up here. Yeah, you're in my lane. I can't even get up to the fucking stoplight because you're in my fucking lane. I'm on the curb on this side and I'm on the line on this side, so it's a really narrow fucking deal. His lane is much more wider than mine, but they're like, nope, you're not coming over here. Anyways, these fuck nuts. I was able to sit and eat my lunch. That was nice. Around 1 o'clock, I was able to sit in the truck for a while and just eat my lunch. Apple and ham. And I don't know. Yeah, like I said before, I just can't do a lot of ham. Not sure why. I just can't eat a whole bunch of ham. The fuck nut. Now that light was fucking half a second long. God damn it! And this fucking fly. Um. Yeah. So all these barrels are supposed to be like labeled and shit, and two of them were not labeled properly. They had labels on them, but there was nothing filled out in the label. It just said, one of them said bag filters. Okay, what bag and what did it filter out? I don't know. And it said it was corrosive. They just checked a box that said corrosive. So all right, what the fuck is it? Like, what's the UN number? Anything? Nothing. And then the other one was labeled graphics because it's a place that makes like power sports and stuff. It's not Honda and it's not Suzuki. It's a different one out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Figure it out. But yeah, they had a bunch of graphics. I don't know if it's like the trimmings from the graphics or what it is. Oh, curb it. What are you doing? Purple car going slow as shit. Come on, truck. People that live out here and work out here and are out here right now, they all know how to do shit over here. I don't. I'm a new baby bird over here. There's a woman in a bra on a wheelchair, fat as fuck. She ain't got no feet. She ain't got no feet. The feet are gone. Maybe they're just hidden. Not sure. A woman in a bra, a fat woman in a bra in a wheelchair with no feet. I don't know if she fell asleep near the railroad tracks. She's waving, and her whole arm is waving. It looks like an eel in the air. Holy. Oh, here she comes. She got one foot, or at least one shoe. I don't know if there's a foot in that shoe. Man, this is a strange. She's picking something up off the floor. Interesting. An interesting development over here. A woman with one shoe and possibly 1 foot. Could be no feet. Not sure. If they might have put the shoe on the nub. But now we're on I-70. We're doing good. We're over here on Van Brunt and I-70. I think it's Van Brunt. I don't know. Just Jesus Christ. She had a bra on, so that's good. No indecent exposure. And then I'm spit right out onto the highway. Sorry, people, coming on the highway. There's no option. I should have went the other way. The other way, there ain't nothing. There might be a 3-legged dog. You might see one of those, and that's lucky if you see that. I don't know about a 1-footed woman. I don't know if that's lucky or not. Lunch was good. I ate ham by the 3 slices. 3 slices of ham. I ate, I don't know, I probably end up eating like 12 to 15 slices of ham. And I started the big side, so I did pretty good. They were all right. This ham tasted better than the last ham, but I don't know. I guess I say, oh yeah, I can't stand that much ham. I just ate 15 fucking slices of it, you know. But they ended up figuring out what the fuck was in those barrels, or at least they guessed, and they wrote up a new label. And then they had to make a new manifest for those 2 barrels. And everybody, I don't know, with the hazmat stuff, everybody takes it very seriously. Like, they don't appreciate any jokes. Because I was talking about, they're like, well, we have to get it back to the shop, but we can't transport it in a truck back to the shop. I said, all right, well, I can carry it. Or the river is right there. We can throw them in the river and float them to the shop, because the river goes right next to our shop too. So why would do you need, what paperwork do you need to transport them by river, by hand in the river? Because I don't think you need any. As long as, if it's not on the highway, it's okay. I mean, and if it's on a boat on the water, you need paperwork. But this isn't a boat. This is me I'm kind of carrying it, but it's floating down the river. And if I accidentally let go of it, all of our problems are solved. And nobody has to worry about anything. Because it's just gone, Send it down the river. The barrels weren't that heavy. Yeah, one of them, it had like stickers in it, I'm guessing. I don't know why that is considered a hazardous waste. Stickers or graphics or whatever it is. Maybe it's the ink they use to print the stickers. I don't know. We don't open any of the shit there. Most of the stuff is actually hazardous, and you don't want to open it up right into your face. You want to have it in a controlled setting. These Jersey barriers are all over the fucking place. People hit these fucking things like you wouldn't believe. It's kind of insane how many people hit the wall on the highway. It's like, people hit that? Like, that was supposed to be, when they put that there, it was straight. Every one of them that's a little bit crooked is because somebody ran their car into it. Where are all these cars at? The Jersey berries up here they've been missing for a while. Just a little section of them missing. Without a trace. Oh, they're behind it. I was going to say without a trace, but no, there's a trace. There's a lot of traces. There's traces on some of these that aren't fucking fucked up. People hit this shit. So that means if they hit it and it's moved a little bit, they hit it pretty fucking hard. Because you can hit these and they won't move. The guardrails are all fucked up. There's a one not roundabout, it's a clover leaf, where it was always a brand new railing or guard. And people always hit it. They had 17 signs saying 25 miles an hour. But whenever you start it, you can do about 50 around the thing, but it sharpens around the corner. So it starts out, and then you're like, oh, this is fine. They just say 25, and then you get around it, and then you have to slam on your brakes or hit the fucking guardrail. People, I don't know. It wasn't a circle shape. It was like it curled in to a sharper curve, and people would just fly into it on the highway. That was also on I-70. I-70 to 435 over there next to the stadiums. Holy shit! Day cab about took out the fucking... He was probably 10 inches away from hitting the fucking barrier. That's like a bridge pillar. That wouldn't have given. He would have been stopped, and I would have been ran into him. Motherfucker. Now he's driving like he wanted to take that, because he was going one direction, and then he decided at the last second to swerve over into my lane and take this way, and now he's driving like, oh fuck, I was supposed to go the other way. And I've done that before. You're like, which way do I need to go? I think left. And as soon as you get on the left side, you're like, oh fuck, I needed to go right. Everything was fine. I understand the highways out here can be a little confusing. Luckily, I follow them quite often, so I know most of the highways out here pretty well. It's the side streets downtown that I don't really know much about. Those are not fun to drive through. Anyways, my day is going pretty well. I was going to have to haul trash after this, but the dump is now closed. Well, they're not closed right now, but they're going to be closing in about 40 minutes. And it's going to take me another 10 minutes to get to the shop, another 15 minutes to figure out what truck I need to take and get it hooked up, and then another 30 minutes to get to the place to get the trailer, 15 minutes to get the trailer. I just allotting for this time. It doesn't take me that long, but on paper it does. 15-minute pre-trip of the trailer, but 15 minutes to get the trailer, get it hooked up, and get out of that place, and then it's 30 minutes to the land. So I am not going to make it to the trash. Luckily, my boss was aware, and he had already sent somebody to do the trash. So I don't have to do the trash. Kind of sucks, because I started at 9, and now I'm going to work from 9 to 3 today. That's not enough time, That's not, I need more hours than that. I need to work until at least 5. 9 to 5 is what they say. Working 9 to 5. Gonna be alive. Or something. Some sort of song. Dolly, maybe. Maybe it's Reba. I don't know. Somebody sang a 9 to 5 song. Country singer girl. So hopefully I can find some other shit to do at the shop, because I would like to get enough hours today. Although going home would be fucking nice. It would be super fucking cool to not be working and to go home, and because I got more the 3-panel bezel that I decided that about 8:30 last night, and it was already getting dark, and that's when I decided that that's what I wanted to do. And my grinder, my cutoff wheel, is so fucking loud that I'm going to annoy the neighbors up until about 7 o'clock. Once 7 o'clock hits, I ain't making no more noise, even though I was hammering on a bunch of shit, but, fuck them. Got that taken care of. Everything's good. Tomorrow, so today I'm gonna get there. I gotta unhook this trailer and hook up a different trailer, the 53-footer dry van, and so far it looks like I'm going up to Des Moines, Iowa, which I love to do that. And this is the truck that I always used with it, and I haven't driven this truck in a while, so it's kind of nice to drive it. and then I'm going to get to drive it a lot tomorrow. He didn't see me. I know you. You got a fucking completely clean lane. Get out there. I know him. He works for us. Primary fuel low. Okay, I understand. You've been low all motherfucking day. Luckily, I found enough unopened waters in this thing, and I have a cooler full of ice, so. Because after unloading all those fucking barrels, they were so fucking heavy. There was probably 8 of them that were super light, like they felt empty. The rest of them were full to the top of what felt like concrete. You know, they're just so fucking heavy. Luckily, 2 of the guys there at the hazmat facility came over and assisted me because they have haz labels and diamonds on them, and they need those to be where they're going to pick them up with the forklift, and they want the labels to be towards the outside so inventory is easily accessible. And so trying to pick up these barrels and then set them on the edge of the trailer and then line up the labels and shit, you know, and the guy is like waiting on me. You know, he got two other employees to come over and hop up there. So I would just set the barrels at the edge of the trailer, and then they would spin them and get them set so the guy can pick them up with the forklift. It's a forklift picker. It's a dual barrel pickup tool that he's got. It's pretty sweet, and makes really easy work. But unfortunately, whenever you have the labels to the outside, most of them get ripped to fucking shit when he picks them up. Come on, Kimo Suave. Need to take this one wide. There we go. We're almost to the shop. Don't run out of fuel yet. Yeah, and those guys were super awesome. Neither one of them spoke English, but we were having a good time. And they really helped me out because that was a workout. That, you know, if I wanted to join a gym today, I wouldn't have gone to the gym if I had gone to the gym before. But I needed something like that. I needed something to get my sweat glands glowing, to get my body working, get my heart rate up, because I've been pretty sedentary the last few days. Running that load down to Tulsa for 3 days in a row, and then having a nice quiet weekend. I didn't even mow the yard. The yard needs mowed. I did not mow it. I should have. I still haven't even mowed that 1/4 of the yard that I skipped last time. It's grown pretty tall, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to fucking mow. I want to work on square body. Um, and then I don't know. I'm hoping my paycheck is going to be coming, but it's going to be pretty short compared to normal because I ain't got no. You know, I took a lot of time off and stuff. Who the hell was that? Somebody's driving around in a Class B. Didn't know who the guy was though. Um, so I'm glad I got a little workout in today. Using a barrel dolly. So it wasn't. It was heavy stuff, but the barrel dolly makes pretty easy work out of it. And we did good work today. Got a little workout in. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. I ate food today, but whenever I get home, I have a feeling I'm gonna be fucking starving since I used so much energy today. And before I wasn't using much energy, but I think I've been eating in a calorie deficit lately, especially with the last couple of days where I've been fasting. Not that I want to, but I have been fasting. Somebody laid a bunch of fucking shit over here. Big old mound of fucking shit. I'm gonna try to run it over. mat it down a little bit. I gotta get to the fuel island. Somebody's got the wrong truck hooked up to my fucking trailer. That's alright. I think this key will work on that truck. Anyways, I think I talked long enough today, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Keep all 18 down and have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow on my way up to fucking Des Moines. Bye-bye.